The ruins are just...
Okay. Okay. How do I... This thing
beyond those columns. Please, hurry.
Is it better? Okay, I didn't share a video. How do I share a video from stupid mobile interface? Additional settings, no? Oh, that. Okay. Maybe it looks way better on my side. Should be okay. I don't have status anymore. In game. Way better. Like watchable better or just better? Like, can I stream this now? So yeah, it turns out one I streamed to YouTube not in 1080p but in a way higher resolution.
The ruins are just beyond those columns.
I
Please,
lowered it to
hurry.
1080. And the second thing I did is I changed the encoding. You were right, I forgot to change the encoding. It was the wrong encoded. So yeah, it turns out the problem was...
The ruins are just beyond those columns.
Make
Please,
yourself louder.
hurry.
Okay. It just kind of feels wrong because because my microphone is already 120 and my desktop audio is like 50. But this better. I bumped it another 30%. Yeah, I'll still need to go to low. Yeah. Low is good. Way louder. Okay. 200% it is then. 200%. Okay, now I set my in-game audio to 50% and my microphone audio to 200%. Is this good now? Or did I overdo it? Okay, let's go to the ruins. Let's try to play some game for once. And the ruins. Okay. Search because about else whereabouts. Okay. Hold shift to sprint. Okay. New game. Because new vid. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, so this is the Forgotten City. It is a Skyrim mod. I still know nothing about it. But I got recommended it. And apparently it is my kind of game, so checking it out. Oh, and I can ask questions. You know, those questions that I just skipped. And maybe choose my class? Question mark. I did not see class selection at all.
Hey, you're alive. I checked your
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Is this class selection? Blind streamer, okay. Okay. I'm very original with my names in game, so
well, it's nice to meet you. What's the last thing you remember?
The class, the amnesiac, the fugitive soldier and archaeologist. Okay, I see. This class. I still kinda like Ancient Ruins Archaeologist one. I did select this one, right? I like occasional history inside. The alternative is Amnesia for more tankiness. Do I want to shoot someone? No, let's go for archaeologist.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want. I don't know if it's exact. There are some He went in there a few hours ago, and I would have gone in after him, but There's no way I'm leaving without him. What I mean is, If you can do that. Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't.
Oh. I could not ask those questions earlier, did I? I could only ask what's your story. Yeah, but we heard this dialogue already. Didn't we? Is this a new dialogue? Is this that kind of game that remembers your previous characters? You tried calling for help?
What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
What can you tell me about these ruins?
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts.
Well,
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
okay.
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is. Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute.
Yeah. heard this one.
Oh,
Okay, why don't you want to tell
all
me?
right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's
Oh no.
Karen.
Oh no. Yeah, well, thank you for saving my life, I guess.
You're welcome. Always happy to help. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
No, that's it.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
Sure.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you.
I do notice that
Please,
there are more options,
hurry. Oh, and
even though
he left
I
this here.
started a new character.
But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Okay, I get the flashlight. Still stuttering a bit. Oh. All the options were there? Okay. Maybe that's just because I asked more questions this time. How do I use? Okay.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten.
Can I
All
jump?
knowledge of it lost,
I can jump.
except
Okay.
in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged." The virtue...
What? I wanted to check the items.
virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The
Okay.
wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain. For this shall be their...
Still stuttering badly. Let's do 70%.
final resting place. Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there
Are status
against the odds?
noticeable on Steam or on stream?
It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation or a warning.
Okay, on my end it's playable. Is it bad? No, how bad is it on stream? Like, I can play like that, unless it's a high action game. If it is, then I cannot. Alright, so far, okay. Lots of statues. Oh. Interactable. Right, this was a scary mod. But if it wasn't Skyrim engine, you could interact with everything. Okay. Man, those statues are suspiciously human-like. Not in a good way, if you know what I mean. Okay. Let's run. Can I drop down? What's the purpose of the jump button if I can't even jump? Okay. Uh-huh.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now. And find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Joke's on you. I'm into that shit. Am I? Like, it didn't look like I had a way up. And it was a long fall. Yeah, sure. What could go wrong? Okay, so now all the statues I saw are alive? Really? Okay. I thought I could eat a potato, or no, it's not a potato, it's a pomegranate, I think. You're alive? Hi?
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me
Nice
who
of you
you
to speak
are
proper
and what you
English.
were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
Shrine of Proserpina?
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in the shrine?
Yeah, you're speaking English.
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you and what were you doing in that shrine?
So the safe bet is probably to lie. Unless he saw me and knows exactly how I came here, which is a possibility. In this case, it's better to tell the truth. Okay, I'll tell the truth.
No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, you know, not right in the head?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's all right, friend. Everyone's welcome here.
Thanks.
But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Your laws.
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists
What?
we take
Do you
all
turn you
newcomers
into
to see
golden
him,
statue
so
or something?
I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then,
No way.
Are you coming?
I'll I'll make my own way.
Look, you seem like you might need a little extra help, and I'd feel a lot more comfortable if I showed you the way.
Okay.
Follow me.
Whatever.
When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down
Okay,
here.
and now I get
But, as you can
suddenly.
see, we've got
Okay,
a nice little community now.
it's back to 80 FPS again.
Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Okay, so this is about. Okay.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind
Okay.
Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the Forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new
How
friend here
many
to
of
see the
those
magistrate.
types are
Well, he's
real
asked me to
people, I
escort the
wonder?
newcomer personally.
Is this the real
Farm.
person?
Go.
I mean, was
better
this
go with him.
ever a
Just
real
remember,
person?
they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
Because
What
we
was that?
passed the statues that
What did you
definitely were a real person.
I said it'll take some
at one
getting
point
used
of
to.
time.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
I don't want. I'm kind of afraid to ask him more questions.
Follow me. The only
Because
thing you really
he
need
seems
to
like a
understand
strict
right now
type.
is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was
What's
a
the Golden
mutiny brewing
Rule?
in one cohort, the legate in
How do I
charge
get to know it?
wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong.
Okay, so
One of us in 10 would
Whispering.
die for the crimes of the collective.
Okay, I
Ugh,
listen to you.
this place has become a
We call it
thoroughfare.
decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
Okay. Yeah, so this statue was alive at some point.
Ugh, this place has become a thoroughfare.
for you.
Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
What do you think about the Golden
You
Rule?
know, some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing God who's watching everything we do. But what kind of an awful, incompetent God would let my sister go missing on his or her watch?
I mean, it's a fair question, but
Oh, I'd say it to their faces if they had the courage to show themselves. Did you hear that? Curse you, you coward! Where is my sister? What do you have to say for yourself? No response. Nothing.
okay.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this mysterious god of ours has to be asleep on the job. Either that, or, like people are saying, it really is just a children's fable my father is exploiting to frighten us into behaving. I suppose we will. I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that?
Like what? Charming?
Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it? Well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone.
Okay.
I trust you can see your...
Let's not go starting side quests before we even got to talk with the main quest giver.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
No choice, huh?
A
Okay.
curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress.
No, that's pretty
I see you
normal.
have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, maybe hundreds of years ago.
Sure, it's not bad, I guess.
More importantly,
performance
consider
could
the
be a little bit
miraculous
higher.
community we've built here over the last 7 months.
But maybe that's
22
just my laptop
complete
sucks.
strangers brought together by the fates,
Try launching
living
it
and
on
working
the
together
big PC
in
next
our
time.
own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Can say I have.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule.
What about
It's
the statues that
extraordinary
are
that we've
already
survived
golden?
as long as we have.
Are
But
they
each
the
day
previous
I grow
inhabitants?
more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions.
This is not the first
Please,
cycle.
ask away.
Can I ask that precise question? What do you mean when you said... Okay, no.
An
That's the
intelligent
most
question.
important one.
There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect
Okay, sounds
that we may
absolutely
prosper, as Rome
terrifying.
has for centuries.
Already. Yeah.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness.
Yeah, I should have expected
For
that.
800 years she has
When I
borne
pressed
great
this dialogue.
statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean,
blah, blah, blah.
and all our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations. And
Well,
when they are wronged,
about
they
that.
have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid
Yeah,
treason, murder,
we'll
assault,
right into
and
that.
rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other
Gets
civilization
pulled
in the world
by
is
a
so
Roman
advanced, and you have the
magistrate.
hubris to call us barbaric.
Okay.
I
My
have
mistake.
made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treason. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
What did you mean when you said?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
Do I like immediately end the cycle if I like? Let's not.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
Okay, let's test the theory that lying does something bad.
Lie all you want, but I see the truth in your eyes.
Okay, it does not. How does
All
the
I can
ritual
tell
work?
you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in future?
Did I?
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
Okay, I'll do my best.
I suppose that's all I can ask for.
Okay.
Good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like I have much
No,
choice.
I don't suppose you do. But I'm hoping that even if you're not burdened with a sense of self-sacrifice, you'll at least see the sense in self-preservation. Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
Okay, so he has a plan. His plan involves us, and his plan is to find out who is going to break the golden law before he breaks it, and then what? Detain him? Kill him? This is a pretty terrible plan if you ask me, so I guess we'll have to find a better one.
Citizen?
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Hey Horatius, how's it feel knowing your man's doomed to lose the election today?
If you're trying to goad me into an argument, it won't work. I was
Oh yeah.
remember?
Okay, you're
If
busy.
the old man couldn't even keep his own daughter safe, how can anyone trust him to keep us safe, eh?
Why do I get the feeling you lot had something to do with Scintilla's disappearance?
That's it. Blame everyone but yourself.
If I find out you did something to that poor sweet girl, not even the Golden Rock is gonna protect you.
Arve. A new face. Arve, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
How do you think about the
I'm
golden
quite
rule?
sure it's the work of the gods, which is strange because they've never been particularly concerned with our misdeeds, as long as we've kept the
Okay,
peace of the gods.
I request a
We
spoiler.
asked for blessings,
Am I on
good
time
health,
limit?
bountiful
Like,
harvest,
Can I
military
just
victory, and in return,
scroll through
we
all the
offer praise,
dialogues, or
fire, incense, or
do I have
almonds.
a strict time
But
limit to
here,
go
it
to
seems they require much
the
more of us.
UK quest
I
giver,
find myself
or I failed
reminded of
something?
an especially pertinent tale from our great poet
Or
Ovid
can I
in
just
his
walk
epic
to talk to
Metamorphoses.
every single
Would
NPC
you like
and
to hear
ask
it?
them
It is
everything?
rather long.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Okay, for now, why not?
Wonderful.
Extra?
It goes like this. Baucis and Philemon were an old married couple living a humble life in a small town. One night, the town gets a visit from a couple of vagrants.
Yeah,
They go
for now
from
I'll
door to
treat it
door,
like I don't
asking
have a
for a
time
place
limit.
to stay the night.
Oh,
Of course, being vagrants, they're turned away sharply from house after
no time
house,
questions.
1,000
No
in
time
all,
quests. Okay.
until finally they come
Good.
to the little cottage where Baucis and Philemon lived. Now the kind old couple had very little to offer, but nevertheless, they invite these strangers into their house and offer them food, wine, and a place to stay. Immediately the guests make themselves at home. They begin gulping down the old couple's wine, so much so that Baucis, the old lady, begins to worry they're going to run out. And then she notices something strange. Her wine pitcher keeps refilling itself, as if by magic. Realizing only a select few possess such powers, says to her husband, Philemon, "I think these men are gods in disguise." Immediately the couple begins apologizing for offering such coarse wine, and the vagrants metamorphosize and reveal themselves to be Jupiter, the king of the gods, and Mercury, the trickster god. They confide they didn't mind the meager offerings. They were just pleased that someone in the town offered them hospitality. Then Jupiter says to them, "You have passed our test, but everyone else in this city failed, so we are going to destroy this place and everyone in it, except you, who we will grant a wish." So old Baucis and Philemon escape up into the mountains safely, and they receive their wish, which is for eternity together. Meanwhile, Jupiter carries through with his threat and wipes that city off the map. Some say the moral of that story is that we must all honor the sacred rituals of guest friendship, the reciprocal obligations owed between hosts and guests. But I like to think it's that we should always show compassion for those less fortunate than ourselves.
I mean, compassion is good. I could agree with that. I also agree with that. But okay, I agree.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Do you know where
I
out?
don't, I'm afraid. It seems to me we're exiled here until the gods judge us, one way or another. It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Malleolus, the challenger. Why do you ask? All of the male citizens who are willing and able to attend, unless they're running, of course.
Can I vote?
Well, you're not a citizen yet, so no, I'm afraid not. But if it's any consolation, there are other ways to influence the outcome of an election.
Yeah. Don't you tell me. Don't you tell me. I know. Fair enough. What's your role?
I'm responsible for announcing it and making sure the procedures are followed.
Okay.
You can, assuming they're eligible and willing to accept the nomination.
Interesting. Okay.
As I said, I'm planning to hold it before dusk, but I suppose I could hold it sooner, if there's a good reason.
Okay.
Yes, I have overheard some rather unpleasant arguments. The last thing we need here is additional conflict. Very
Time
well.
to buy
I'll
Roman
get things
Twitter.
started
Right.
away.
Citizens, it is time.
Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
Election starting.
I'm not getting to the shrine this time, am I? Why do I feel like something's very horrible about to happen? Do I just go to shrine real quick? Yeah.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Yulia. She was a good woman. She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing.
Did she die already?
And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath. Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from
I
the
did
dead,
it on purpose.
there's really
You told me
just
no
one
time
thing
quests.
you can do. Get
And
me
I
that
wonder
silphium
what's gonna
resin.
happen
I'm
now.
going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour. And I will not allow
I'm
this to
anticipating
happen
something good.
again. I don't care
Do I
how
break
you
the
get
game
it,
now?
but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that Genetricum Fututo and scratching his eyes out.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. Okay,
Well, come
okay.
back if you...
Let's go see the elections. Where were the elections anyway?
Help!
You have to do something. A man arrived in the baths. A real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon. You have to do something, or he's gonna break the golden rule.
Oh no.
None of us do. The magistrate made us throw them all into the chasm.
Oh no.
And now this man's bow is the only one in the city. You'll just have to improvise.
I'll get right on.
Thank you. He's still in there, somewhere. I have to hide. Find me in this empty shrine when it's over. Hear what? What? We don't have time for this. I
Okay,
have to
so
go.
they don't hear whispers from statues.
The shrine is collapsing.
What is going on? What a great warning. Pity she ignored it. Elections where? Prisoner. Elections here.
Lies! It is time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is, a children's fable, exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
This is why he's in his gladiator gear. They've been planning this all along.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken. I'm going to enjoy killing you, old man.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Nice try. No items. Is this the man in the bar from the bus that tried to hunt me? Okay, so did I break it? Because I don't understand what happened. Okay, so it is a time loop type of game. Oh, I get the archaeologist inside now. Constant management, well, okay. I wonder what would happen if I die.
Salve, friend.
I
I'm
could die.
Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
Okay.
I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life.
Sure.
Oh, Bacchus, how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you. Oh, and since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it.
Okay.
Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles. If it works, it'll be faster
Yeah,
than walking.
I know what the zipline is.
And if it doesn't work, worst thing that can happen is you'll take a swim in the lake. I haven't quite summoned the courage to test it myself. But don't worry, it's completely safe. Probably.
What was the name? What was the name of Hartian from Outer Wilds who designed the rocket? Who told exactly the same line?
Alright, see you around.
Okay, so he railroaded me down there. What's up here? Coin pouch. Take. Taken. Okay. So, the thing about the statues is it is probably a previous cycle. So there were multiple instances of such city, and each of them ended in a disaster.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far? That's good, in a sense. If you're not on edge, you've not been paying attention. But on the bright side, once you've been here a few months, well, it's slightly less terrifying anyway. We've all been where you are now. I remember when I first arrived. I used to lay awake at night contemplating the big questions. Why am I here? Is there a way out? What is the Golden Rule, and who or what is responsible?
Now that I know
I still don't
that
have any of
it's
the
a
answers, I'm
time
afraid.
loop
I
game,
don't think anybody does. But I'm happy to share with you
okay,
what I've
let's
learned.
finish listening to the dialogue. Now that I know that it's a time loop kind of game, the next logical thing to me is to find out what exactly breaks the Golden Rule. We already know that lies don't, and we know of a woman who's been poisoned, so killing does not necessarily break Golden Rule. So I think we need to figure out what does and what doesn't break it. What's your story?
Here, in this place, the magistrate has me earning my keep by cleaning and pruning the gardens. It's not quite how I expected my life to go. I used to live in a lovely villa on the banks of the Tiber. I was even betrothed to a handsome young man from a prominent family. But long hours of menial labor for the good of the community has its own charms too, I suppose. Oh, much the same way as many of the others. When the fires came to Rome 7 months ago, my family and I fled for the Tiber, hoping to escape on a barge. We were among the fortunate ones with enough coins for passage, but unfortunately, there were a lot of desperate people, and they boarded before we could depart. A scuffle broke out, and I was pushed overboard. The last thing I remember was the water, rising up to hit my cheekbone. I woke up by the river, near that shrine, and stumbled across this place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's all right.
So she does
I'm
not
sure it's all
remember
part
how
of
she
God's
got,
plan
how
for
she
me.
got here.
Oh yes, of course. A slip of the tongue,
Is it?
if you like. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. I think about those words a lot. I'd like to think that if we all love our neighbours as ourselves and do to them as we'd have them do to us, then we'll all be fine. But on the other hand, I was always taught the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth, and that all of us are born with a tendency towards sin. And that's where I get stuck. Is it true? Are we born?
I mean, she's not wrong, but that's tells her that she is.
You don't think that's a little naive? I suppose you've never seen what I've seen. Innocent men and women, torn apart in arenas while thousands of Romans look on and cheer.
Let's disagree with her and see what does she have to say.
I wish I shared your faith. Please keep that to yourself. I know you're not from around here, but things are very difficult for us right now. There was a terrible fire in Rome last year, and our emperor decided to make us his scapegoats. There were executions. It was horrible.
I don't know much about the history of Rome. Is this lore accurate? Did Christians exist? Stupid question, I know, of course they did. Yeah, right. I guess they did exist. Okay. Secret safe with me.
Oh, thank you. You have no idea how much I appreciate that.
That's literally the story of Christianity, isn't it? That involves the Romans and their liking to execute people. Do you know
afraid
way out?
not. Although, I did once hear someone gossiping down at Aurelia's tavern about a possible way out. I don't put a lot of stock in such rumors, but if you're desperate and wealthy, you could look into it, I suppose. If that doesn't work, then I suppose we're all stuck here until the gods decide our fate.
Yeah.
I hope it works out. Alright, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please
Is
just
this
think this through.
the cycle engine
If
moment?
you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to... I don't know, but it's a crime
That's
for
an
slaves to
interesting
take
question,
their own
actually.
lives. And a debt bondsman isn't far off.
Good luck with that type of defeat. No, okay.
Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
I wanna see.
Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
Okay.
I can't believe he went through with it. Oh Lord.
So the suicide does not break the golden rule.
Well, I suppose it means suicide isn't a sin under the Golden Rule. So I guess that means whichever god is responsible for it. It isn't mine. I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa. It's of his own making, after all. And I'd best pray for poor Ulpius.
Did he write that? Does this not break the golden rule as well? Christianity false confirmed. Let's not cancel my stream for a minute. Yeah. That's a fair point. Unknown person who wrote a message. That's why I'm trying to figure out the rules. Ah, the temple is locked. Can I access it in some way? I can. Okay. How do I use this? Okay. Makes sense. Yeah. Did your head just turn? It was not a game glitch, was it? Okay. That's terrifying. Yeah, stealing apparently fletched arrows. Okay. Stealing apparently does not count either. Which is good. Well, good for me. Is this a dead end? Can I... How would I go in? Probably an underground pass. Maybe not underground, maybe... We go here. Sponge stick. Pick up the sponge on a stick. Achievement unlocked. Best to put this back in immediately. Oh, I want to examine it. Lol. Yeah. They are watching, aren't they? That's creepy as hell. Sure. Do you have a bow? Okay. Oh, you have money.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Do I risk dying at the cost of resetting the game completely? Yeah, stealing all the money was not the best possible strategy. Apparently, some of the money are not to be stolen. Interesting. Okay, so when the indicator indicates that I'm about to steal something, I really shouldn't. For now, at least. Good to know. Good to know.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius.
I just got lost.
Oh, is that right? Well, just make sure you don't get lost in any others. Can't have you disrespecting the gods by accident, can we now? But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost. And live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Okay.
All right, friend. Suit yourself. Just don't do anything too reckless till you've spoken with Magistrate Sentius in his villa down there. See you around.
Wait, didn't I skip the city tour the previous time round? I just got an achievement for skipping the city tour. But I did already. Okay, this is the tavern. Can I... How do I... Okay, I can... read? But not take. Okay. Good to know, good to know. Let's go try to save the suicidal one. Where was he? Was he there? Did they go up here? That's a pretty unconventional method of getting to the temple. There is probably a more conventional one, but whatever.
Salve, Fred. Welcome to life under the golden...
Yeah, actually, I really need to talk
well,
to Opals.
it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No.
Yeah.
No. Orpheus, what are you doing? Get back from there.
That's the... Why do you think?
I know. Please.
Is this the
please
same dialogue?
just leave
Yeah,
this room.
it is.
I'm sorry, but I just...
Please, I'll help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Thank you.
You know about that? How is that possible? I mean, I've never mentioned it to anyone.
Did he mention her? I don't remember either how I know this.
Well, if you say so. You don't understand. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want it all to be over. It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact. And she's already swallowed hemlock this morning. If I backed out
so
now,
it is
I'd
a
be
suicide.
betraying her.
From poisoning.
I can't do that. No. Time's up.
Interesting.
I am out.
So-
Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Orpheus, no!
So the woman was not poisoned. The woman killed herself with
I
poison.
can't believe he went through with it.
Can I go in fast enough and save her, I wonder?
Poor lamb.
If I go there first?
That was not your fault. There's no way you could have given him what he wanted, moments after you arrived. I'll have to let everyone know what happened, and I'd best...
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I didn't see you before. I didn't see this passage at all before. It looks like an alternative way to access the temple, but it's also locked. Okay, okay. Maybe I can find the key somewhere? Let's talk to the smith. And there was a letter in the chest. Yeah, right. Forgot about that. There was also a chest here with money. Those monies are rightfully mine. And you cannot convince me otherwise. Is it infinite money? Do I retain money between the cycles? You know what? It looks like I do retain money between cycles actually. Ha! Isn't that interesting? Because I did not loot 600 monies in this cycle alone. Yeah, I do keep my clothes when I pass through the portal. That's a fair point. So in theory, I already know that there is potential to buy something for 1,000 gold. So I can save up to it between cycles. Under inspect.
Hey, Virgil, how much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last time, Dacius, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
Let's
You know why.
hit the acquisition
How am I
note.
going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city.
Okay,
We all went
this is
along
the
with
same note
magistrate's
as the
weapons
one
ban,
on the counter.
so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Can you make me a bow?
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil.
And this is the graffiti.
Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
I see.
And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagus, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not known for their tolerance. I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said, but that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk
So
of the
your name is not
Batavi.
Virgil. Good to know, good to know.
Nice of you to say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or at least, I thought that was the case. It seems it's not just graffiti. I have quite a collection of handwritten
saw them.
notes too. the strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here.
His
Not
full
my
name
type.
is Virgili
So I'm
Mili
not sure what I could have
Oleus.
done to upset this
Right.
person. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably one of those cultists.
Cultist, you say?
Strange bunch. They insist there's only one God, and that he considers my nature a sin. Can you believe that? If there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is, if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line and break the golden rule.
Sure. Let me look into it.
Really? I didn't expect that. But thanks. It's always a pleasure to meet someone so selfless. I'm glad you arrived when you did. I'd start by figuring out who the cultists are. Or maybe ask around among the merchants here. Someone who lives or works in the forum must have seen something. But if you find them, please don't hurt or humiliate them. I suspect they're just confused.
I'll see what I can do. What's your story?
Well, I'm an architect. Or at least I was back in Rome. That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people. That kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place?
No, I do actually. Tell me about the temple.
You mean the Great Temple? This one's a bit of a mystery. Given
The
the
locked
way
one,
it's
right?
positioned so prominently, looking down on us, it's clear that whoever built it felt it was the most important temple in the city. Unfortunately, someone else went out of their way to keep its purpose a mystery. You see, usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god, like Proserpina or Diana or Apollo. Usually, that god is obvious. But in this case, it's unknown. There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to bear the name of this unknown god. But it appears some barbarian defaced
Is it talking about
And
the
of course we
temple I
can't get
just
inside
visited,
because it's
where
locked up tighter
I
than
tried
the
to prevent
temple
the
of Saturn
suicide?
in Rome.
Or
And
is it
that
talking
contains
about
the
there are some
treasury.
other temples?
So we're
Because
all left
I have not
wondering,
seen an obelisk.
which
Maybe I missed
god
it.
is that temple dedicated to? And could it be the one responsible for the gold? Unless somebody figures out a way inside, I suppose we'll never know.
Did I miss an obelisk? Tell me about the architecture,
Gladly.
I guess.
Personally, my favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. Those series of adjoining arches. They're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering with a very practical purpose. They take fresh water coming from outside the city and distribute it all across the chasm. It's funneled below the palace and into a cistern beneath the Great Temple. Some of it flows down into another cistern
this
beneath the villas.
does not seem
and the
particularly
rest
useful.
is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake and allows
Yeah,
us to
already
fish and
a
farm.
comment about this type of game. I obviously understand that they need to add meaningless dialogue into the game, because if there's only meaningful dialogue, it becomes way too obvious what's meaningless and what's not, and what should I do. But yeah, if they add too much meaningless one, it's kinda getting boring. Do we use them? Yeah,
Hey,
actually,
what's
that's a
around?
great question.
Just talking about that could anger the gods for all we know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'd have to find a way inside somehow. Just please
Okay,
try to be
maybe
a bit more discreet
Not
about
so
it.
useless after all.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek.
Isn't common?
Well, yes, that could be the reason. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived.
This piece of dialogue could have been huge if you encountered it in the late game. Right.
And could it be far older than any of us imagine? If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us. The stories they could tell. Of course. You wouldn't believe how often the new ones ask that question. But I'd tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. There are much worse places to live out your days. You might have a few sleepless nights thinking about the golden rule, but once you get used to the fear, knowing that a single slip-up could cost you everything, it's not too bad. Nothing new to me, anyway. Oh, I just mean I grew up in the Batavi tribe, far to the north in Noviomagus, and learned to expect a bit of hostility. They weren't nearly as tolerant as the Romans.
Okay, so he kinda likes the
Some people
golden
say it's
rule,
divine,
right?
the work of a god, but I'm not so sure.
Okay, maybe
it just
not so
seems
much.
so flawed to me. Like it's distinctly human. I mean, once you've been here long enough, you'll notice people doing things that just seem so wrong to you. But this so-called god doesn't seem to care, which means one of two things. Either you don't know the difference between right and wrong, or this unknown god doesn't. And I'm pretty sure I know the difference. Do you?
I wouldn't be so sure.
Fair enough.
But... oh, that's an
Well,
interesting question.
Malleolus is talking about loosening some of the restrictions in this place. And while it's all a bit vague, at least he has a vision. My vote isn't for sale, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
Nice to talk to you.
Some statues do come alive in the end.
Wonder how much one of these statues is worth on the outside.
Were you the dude who wanted the
Salve,
ball?
stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Dacius. Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
I see.
Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it.
Okay. Take it.
Hear what? You sure you're feeling all right? If you're hearing things, perhaps you should pay a visit to Lucretia's clinic. We don't want another Navia on our hands. She claimed the statue was whispering to her. Nobody else could hear it. Then she shut herself in the palace and we never heard from her again. But I digress. Do you want this Silphium or not?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. She had statues. Okay. How about I just take it instead?
Well, if you did that, you'd break the golden rule, and we'd share the same fate as the last lot who lived here. Is that what you want?
Take it and run.
Do you think I don't know a bluff when I see one? Nice try.
Okay.
Well, if you did
The
that,
statues
you'd break the
said
golden rule,
that I
and we'd
can.
share the... Don't you dare.
Where is his stall? Is this? Is this it?
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Do it.
Is
Kill
that the
me.
same Julia that was definitely ill? Okay. Okay, they're shooting. I wanna see how it plays out. Flashlight. Oh. Do I dare to die? Yeah, I do, actually. Totally intentional. Oh, wow! I die. So... Wait.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Do it. Kill me.
Not sure, like, is this the Skyrim system? Where do I run? I don't remember. Okay. Did I fail a sneak check? Not sure I did. Did I? Probably. Let's try sneaking. Like, oh, no, like, nobody can see me here, right? What's the difference between... I don't think the sneak works at all.
Salve, friend. I'm...
Don't? Yeah, I don't. I don't think sneak works in any meaningful way. No, the chest, the gold from the chest was not marked as stolen. Where I took it, there was no indicator that I was quote-unquote stealing it. I just took it. It wasn't owned by anyone, I presume. Ah, still... okay, I see. I see what you mean. Yeah, maybe. I didn't press sneak that time. And judging by...
Salve,
okay.
friend. Welcome.
I'm fine, thanks.
I used to lay awake. I still don't.
Yeah, I'll be
All
gone.
right.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's unskippable, right?
No. Oh, P.S. What?
That's...
What?
Why do
I'm so... Please, help.
Sure. Good luck.
You're like... Are you really...
Yes.
I see.
I'm out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love.
Yeah,
I'm
he does
sorry.
say it.
Oh, P.S. No!
Okay. I see.
I'll have... And I...
Follow him? Wait, can I?
Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate.
Wait. Wait. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do in this loop, but sure. Interesting. So, those are the notes from the two suicidal ones. What's this? Is there anything useful at all here, other than the notes? Oh, there's a second floor.
And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. And now...
Second floor. Okay. Wait, isn't that the palace where someone locked herself because she heard the statues whispering? By the way, I'm pretty sure the statues are malicious for now, because this one inspired me to steal, and this one tried to help me kill myself. So I feel like I have gotten part of the puzzle, and the other part is finding the key for this door. And then I can talk to someone. Okay, so the only way out is here? Who are you? Oh, you're the candidate.
Just leap into my villa from the balcony 100 feet above? That was either extremely reckless or impressively clever. Well, why have you risked life and limb to see me?
Well, you see, I didn't. I didn't really risk my life, but... what do you think about
You
the
mean
Golden Rule?
the children's fable exploited by Sentius to scare us all into doing what he wants? Wait, don't tell me you've fallen victim to that monstrous lie?
What makes you sure it's not real?
The person making a claim bears the onus of proving that claim. Can you do that? Can you prove the Golden Rule is real?
I mean... Can I prove it to you? No.
Nonsense. There's no way you can prove that. If it was real and you'd seen someone break it, then you'd be dead already.
Yeah. Okay, that's a classical problem, and he probably has an answer for it.
Surely, you're not one of those people who believes everything you read. As if a lie could be transformed into the truth by the simple act of writing it down? What? Oh, I see what's happening here. Another poor, vulnerable soul taken in by Sentius's machinations. He won't get away with this much longer.
I just noticed he have different colored eyes. I wonder if it's meaningful in any way. Yeah, okay, let's press this one, but I'm pretty sure I know what he's gonna answer.
I disagree. I'll be guided by what is best for the city's people, and that means giving them the freedom to do as they wish.
Okay, that was not what I expected, but okay.
True, but that is simply because you are mistaken. I'm afraid not. We're stuck down here together, for better or worse. We're all going to have to make the best of it.
I mean, dude has a point. Normally. In any other situation.
I'm Malleolus, and if it wasn't for this interruption, I'd be practicing my victory speech for the election later today. I'm glad you asked. I'll finally restore freedom to this city, just as I've been promising. These good people have suffered long enough under Sentius's tyranny. By declaring there's no such thing as the Golden Rule, it's a children's fable exploited by Sentius to frighten us into submission. Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win?
Is that what I saw in my first cycle? Did he win and did the Golden Rule immediately break? Try bluffing?
You fool.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Wait, why? What happened?
Impossible.
What rules did I break now? And how do I get out? I didn't think it's true. How do I get out? I can jump down here. Oh. Continue from where was the last save? Okay, the last save was here.
Did you just... that... I'm...
Sure.
By...
Sure.
What? I...
Sure.
I'm
not sure if I need to go through all the dialogue, but... Okay, this is the point. Okay, let's not bluff.
Don't talk nonsense. There's no such thing as the Golden... How could you possibly know that?
Okay, that's interesting.
Nonsense! This is nonsense! I don't know how you know about my plans, but I'm absolutely sure Sentius is involved somehow. And now, I'm going to enjoy watching Domitius kill him even more. Now, get out of here! You outstayed your very limited welcome.
Dude, how? I tried. I died. How do I get out? How do I get out? Did I... Okay. Okay. That's not it, probably.
Still here?
That's not it either. This is it. Okay.
are they?
Where am I? Oh, okay, I know where am I. Okay, this locked. Right. What rule did they break though? When I bluffed that I'm gonna kill him.
Oi! How did you get in there,
I
you
wonder.
cheeky little stirkers?
Doesn't make sense to me.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
What now? The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus? You go through me.
Okay.
Why?
That's his enforcer.
Because I
The
am
one
a
that
gladiator.
wants to arrest.
That's why. You want to see me fight? Keep running your mouth, fatuous cunnis.
Yeah, the push-up pro.
When Malleolus wins the election, yeah? This place will change. You won't even want to leave. You'll see. I think it's gone on long enough, and Malleolus is going to put an end to it once he's elected.
Can I help? I don't want to help. Do I? How is he going
He's
to do
going to
that?
announce it in his victory speech. Just you wait and see. 'Cause if I tell you, and it gets out, it'll give old man Sentius a chance to interfere in our plans. And we can't have that. We've already lined up the votes he needs to win. Just stay out of our way, and we won't have a problem. He's not here. Dunno. The little Capet murder escaped earlier this morning, while I was taking Yulia to the clinic. He can't have gone far, but if you find him, tell him the punishment he gets for coming back on his own won't be as bad as if I have to go looking for him.
Okay.
Malleolus, of course. If old man Sentius can't even protect his own daughter, how can we trust him to... Whatever.
Okay. Here's the plan. Let's go find that chest with gold. Loot the gold. And then try to snitch on Malleolus to the current Chancellor? What's the name of the position? Now. The hard part. Where was the chest?
Whatever are you wearing? Oh,
Yeah, you have no new lines.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Where's the chest?
Isn't the great temple majestic?
This is the chest, right? Yep. Do I have enough money right now? I do not, but I will have next look. So, what I can do next look and is go heal Yulia and then try to rescue the other one. But now,
Isn't the great temple majestic?
I'm gonna go and talk to...
What now?
Where is he?
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
Is he there? Yeah.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
Wait, did I? Wait, right. You're right.
We have? Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the golden rule.
You're
Forcing
right.
me to create a portal in time to bring you here?
Okay,
I
I'm
must
not
have
used
entrusted you with
to
figuring
the
out who
idea
the
of
culprit
being
is.
able to bring
Only
items
I
with
assume
myself
we
to
failed,
the loop.
and you had to start over. Is that about right? If so,
So...
I see. Look, it's unfortunate, but all that matters now is that you make use of what you've learned and gathered.
Does this mean
and
that
do
I can take a
better
bow
next time.
from
Now,
a boss
I assume you
person,
sought me
even
out
if I
again
kill
for a reason?
them? And then I have a bow permanently?
Of course. What is it? Yes? Why do you say that? What? That's... I'm speechless. How do you know? Of course, this isn't your first loop, is it? Well then, you must stop him from winning the election. I expect you'll need some kind of leverage on him, but I can't be seen to be involved in this, of course, so you'll be on your own. You'd better not waste any time, and may Swada, goddess of persuasion, go with you. Good, thank you.
Uh-huh. What if I say I don't think I can? There was an option.
Ah, you've... Of course. Why... What? You mean to say you've tried every non...
Let's, for the sake of argument, say that I have.
Well then, in that case, as much as it pains me to do so, I must act decisively to ensure the survival of my people. As magistrate, I hereby declare him an enemy of Rome and authorize his execution by your hand, forthwith. I don't believe so, no. It's not a crime to carry out the lawful order of a magistrate. Any way you can. Despite my weapons ban, it's been my experience one can always find a weapon if one... Thank you. Please act...
Okay. So... now I need a weapon.
On your best behavior, I trust?
Ove.
Yeah. Okay, if I already stole the harp.
What are you doing in it? She needs the red. What? Quick, give it here. Yulia, you need to swallow this. Here, let me help you.
Can I get a weapon this loop?
Hopefully in a moment she should be able to breathe normally. That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing? And at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle?
Yeah.
Look, if you don't want to tell me, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. But no matter. That was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yourself. She might even be able to thank you herself in a few moments.
I don't think so.
And maybe she can tell us who poisoned her, and who she meant when she was muttering about that snake's cruel black eyes. In the meantime, I'm happy to help you with whatever it is. I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been filling in ever since she
Nevia, this person who
I'm
heard
tired
statues.
and out of my depth, and miserable all the time. but I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up. Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, but she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good, too. Until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying. But I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed, and he's in constant pain.
Oh?
I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off, and I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace.
What an interesting tip. Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, I suppose. I wish. Some people here need proper medical care, not the half-baked, hanging by a thread excuse for treatment. Just don't get sick or injured here. I'll do my best to treat you, but I'm out of my depth and dangerously short on
Okay, sure.
Oh no. Sorry, I don't mean to worry you, but no, that is definitely not normal.
Yeah, I figured.
There was one other person who claimed she could hear the statue, but that was Nevia. Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, until she suddenly lost all interest. This changes the last, and then she's been gone so long now. But I really wish I could. One of my patients.
Yeah.
I just know.
Yeah.
Sure. What? Do you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have broken the golden rule, and so maybe it's best we don't discuss it. Gladly.
Okay.
Oh, it's you. Was there something you wanted?
No. I'll talk with you next loop. Okay, plan for the end of this loop is definitely grab another resin. But before that, can I get a bow, please? Where was the quest for bow?
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
I got here, I talked to this person, and then what? Where was Virgil? Can you make me a bow?
Ah, a new face. I hear we have.
You cannot. Okay.
Help! You have a man. You have to.
Yeah.
Thank. I have. What? Why? All right. Fine. Come and find me in my bakery instead. Fabia, but now's not the.
Okay.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is? Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now, but you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
Okay, no. No. You're not paying attention to statues saying that they need my help. I need that bow. I suspect that I can get the bow one way or another. Yeah, right.
Filthy, lying degenerate.
My character is more clever than I am. I didn't even think of that. Okay. Quinctius, a cultist. Different color dice. Wait, who was different color dice? I saw someone. Yeah, I take it. And I take that and I take that. Okay, wait.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
It was Malinus. Ah.
Citizen.
Can I?
We'll speak again after you've carried out my order.
Okay, I see. How do I... How do I equip a bow? Okay.
Harvey.
So... Do I jump in again?
On your best behavior, I trust.
Keeping an eye on things, Horatius?
As always, priestess.
Can I line of sight it from somewhere? Probably. But it would probably be easier to just go there.
Thank you. I am delighted and
Do I talk to him or do I just kill him?
Elected your
Where's the hub?
magistrate.
The hub is...
Yes, thank you. I am
there.
delighted and deeply honored.
Okay, let's talk to him. I cannot talk to him. Okay.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
No! No. No. That was embarrassing. Do I load before I kill him? No. Okay.
Best behavior, I trust.
Another try. Not line of sighted. Okay. Oh, fall damage exists. Okay.
Isn't the good keeping an eye on things?
Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
No, does not look like it does anything. Do I have enough time? Yeah, I do. I think I do anyway. Wait. Did I choose the wrong pass? Strafing. Okay. Okay, let's try saving both suicidal ones and then talking to them. Yeah.
Oh, so... Yulia? Oh no. All right. I can do
Interesting.
that. All right, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how...
Okay, so he can go there. I can go there. It is not what I intended to do, but that works.
Salve, welcome.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. Ulpius, what are you doing?
That's...
What?
Why did... I'm sorry.
Please, help.
You... know? Well, you don't understand. It's too late for that. If I backed out now, I'd be... Oh, really? That changes things a little. But we're still in debt bondage to that monster. Unless you happen to have 2,000 denarii to pay off both of our debts.
Oh no.
No. Time's up. I'm out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
Uh-huh.
I can't believe he went. I'll have to let and I'd better.
Uh-huh. So I need a cure and 2000 gold coins. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. Let's loot my chest. How many do I have? How much? Okay. I have almost 900. So 5 more loots. Let's see how successful was the other one. I didn't see you. Oh, yeah.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step. Can't talk long, got to stay sharp, but family's from Seleucia on Tigris, Babylon province. But I've been roaming a long time. Same way as everyone else. Because we're all in grave danger. Is it not obvious? Magistrate made me toss it in the chasm. Stupid. Going to have to improvise now. If you were dealing with what I am, you wouldn't be either. Nobody is supposed to know about that. Did Lucretia tell you? Look, I haven't been at my best lately. All my joints ache constantly, and the pain, it has a way of messing with your head.
Okay.
Stirred up by things that shouldn't bother me, and then there's the statues.
Is this a glitch? Am I not supposed to loot this chest continuously? I feel like I am.
I just want to scream.
I feel like this is the way.
You want to help me? Do what Lucretia hasn't been able to do.
Welcome. Feeling all right? A city without sin might sound good on paper, but whoever dreamt it up didn't think it through. Maybe it was an attempt to create some kind of utopia.
You can
But
land on the
snakes
sun
like
station.
Decius will always find loopholes to exploit. And what can we do about it? Absolutely nothing. In some ways, we are worse off because we can't take the
So
law
you tell
into
me
our
there
hands.
is a way to acquire 2000 gold coins in one single loop.
That's a shame. Thanks a...
Okay, so he did save her life. We'll talk to her later. Where was the boss house again? Yeah. We take this. Even though we probably have it already. Where to next?
You there? I'm sorry to trouble you, but I couldn't help but notice that fine bow you're carrying. No idea how you managed to get your hands on it, especially in the light of our dear old magistrate's ban, but I'm impressed. And before you ask, no, I wouldn't dream of trying to buy it from you. I have no use for a wooden bow myself. But I would like to propose a joint business venture of sorts. Tell me, do you have any idea how people here end up as golden statues?
Okay.
And here I was thinking I was the only one to figure it out. In any case, supposedly 1 or 2 of those arrows is enough to turn a full-grown man into gold. Now, of course, that is a travesty, a terrible, horrible waste of human life, which has to be stopped. And yet, on the other hand, I can't help but think of a tale told by that Greek fella Aesop, the goose that laid the golden egg. With the ability to transmute organic matter into gold, one could create infinite wealth. Use your imagination.
This dude gets
animals, insects, trees, and plants.
Infinite money glitches are
without the drawbacks. We are talking riches beyond imagining. And even if we were to split all those riches between the two of us, half of Look, I might have skimmed over that one, but don't be so pedantic. Are you interested or not?
What does he want to do?
So the first question is, how do we get our hands on one of those golden bows? Now, I have a plan, but first, tell me, are you familiar with the story of the goddess Diana?
Not really.
No problem. Allow me to explain. Diana is our goddess of the hunt, the moon, and the underworld, depending on who you ask. The one thing priests and poets agree on is that she carried with her a golden bow and a quiver of golden arrows. And it just so happens that there is a shrine of Diana in this very forum, with a prominent statue of the goddess herself. And would you like to guess what she's holding in her hand? Precisely. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent in that temple staring at it, trying to figure out how to retrieve it without breaking you-know-what. Oh, gods no! If you tried that, we'd all be dead within moments, I'm sure. No, here's what I propose. You give your bow to me, I cover it in a thin layer of gold leaf, and we create a replica of a golden bow. Then, you enter the shrine, extinguish the braziers, and under cover of darkness, swap out the fake for the original. It's not theft exactly, it's more of a trade. But make no mistake, this is a dangerous path, and there's no way of knowing where it will lead.
I don't think this will work,
all the best adventures begin
but
with a risky first step.
let's
Now, you
try.
must have questions. So, are you in, Pop?
If you don't like action or horror elements, feel free to decline. Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
Wonderful.
I'll do it.
Now, if you'll hand over your bow, I can get started.
Let
applying
me
a layer of gold leaf.
be very clear,
This
I
is
don't
a quality weapon.
like,
Now, bear with me for a moment.
but
And here we are.
okay.
Now, I've gone and unlocked the Shrine of Diana for you, so as quick as you can, head on it. It's just at the end of the street on the left. May the gods...
Okay, let me just grab another wooden bow real quick. Oh, the game's loading, okay. Let me just grab another wooden bow. Okay. Okay. Did it work?
Is that you, partner? Do you have the bow? Wonderful. Just go ahead and slide it under the door for me and I'll unlock it for you. A little bit slow, aren't you? Yes, I locked you in. And until you give me my bow, you're gonna stay in there, like Tantalus in Tartarus. No, technically, I never said that. I said, if we were to split
Betrayal.
all those riches between the two of us, infinite wealth is still infinite. It's hardly my fault if you can't tell the difference between a hypothetical and a promise, now is it? Oh, I do love a good loophole. You're just gonna have to take your chances, I'm afraid. The bow, now. And don't even think about giving me the fake one. I'll recognise my own handiwork. I would reconsider my position quickly if I were you. I'm not sure
Okay.
if you noticed,
I can see
but
now
you're stuck in there with a
why
hornet's
they
nest,
want your
and they
horror.
can be rather aggressive toward intruders. You know, some say it takes 27 hornet stings to kill a man. But I always wondered how anyone could have known that. Let's find out if they were right, shall we?
Acquire a golden ball. Without his help. Okay. Is that the golden ball? Yeah, this. Money! Nice. The algae. Do I... Right, I have a golden ball. Yeah, makes sense. Can I... Okay. Okay, so crouch is not for stealth. Naeva's journal.
My beloved Galatea, I write this so that one day, when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. The others will call me mad or a monster, but I don't care what they think. Everything I'm doing here, I'm doing for you. I'll start at the beginning. Soon after my arrival here, as I walked down a corridor lined with golden statues, I thought I heard a whisper behind me. A rasp of air, as if vocal cords of metal strained to say a word or two. I tried to dismiss the idea, tried to concentrate on my work as the city's medic, but that tortured whisper haunted me. Weeks later, in the hallway to the bathhouse, I heard it again and found myself drawn to the statue of a Roman woman wearing a stola. Her face was contorted with anguish and fear, and, disturbingly, it was as if she was looking right at me. As I walked past her, I heard that strained whisper again, and turning back, I discovered that even though I had moved, she was still looking right into my soul. That was when it dawned on me. This was no statue. This was a woman. Trapped within that golden prison. Naturally, I told the others, but when I could not reproduce the results of my experiment, they would not believe me. From that moment on, I knew the full horror of this place. Immobilized within these statues are living human beings. It was that day, my love, that my heart broke.
Okay, can I open those doors? I don't think I can. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. What happened here? Uh-huh. So you can be partially converted? Well, the thing is, I urgently need to
You're
finish.
not supposed to be here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know that down there.
Kill me.
Where do I reload from? Okay, my mistake was going into this with my weapon unequipped. Okay, I can immediately rectify this mistake. Alright. How is the lady alive, I wonder? Naya something? She seemed pretty well. It statues not bother her. Okay, I can go up, but I wanna loot this chest. Is there anything in here other than gold? Not that gold isn't welcome, mind you. Okay. I think I made the mistake. But no matter. It's a huge place. Why not every single arrow works?
My beloved Galatea, after I learned the terrible truth about the golden statues, I wandered the city as if in a nightmare.
Oh,
what must life
there are
be
pages.
like for these poor souls, entombed in gold,
Okay.
but kept alive somehow, trapped in their own personal Tartarus, consigned to eternal torment, too horrific for any sane mind to comprehend.
Was the pages for
I
the
tried to
previous
offer
journal
them
as
all
well?
small mercies I could. I began to talk to them, to keep them company. I'd imagine backstories for them, give them names, and tell them of the world, of the histories and
Oh,
stories
shit.
I'd learned as a child. As the others became more concerned by my charity,
Oh,
I
shit.
sought solitude from them, preferring the
Oh,
company
shit,
of my
oh, shit, oh,
tormented
shit.
charges. Discovering a way into the abandoned palace, I began to spend my days
That's
walking its
Havoc,
halls
isn't
and
it?
sharing with its occupants ancient tales, my mind turning to those
She
of
did
Apollo
this
and
to
Daphne,
statues.
Perseus and Medusa, and Pygmalion and Galatea. Pygmalion, the sculptor who fell in love with a beautiful statue, and who, praying to Aphrodite for aid, discovered that his beloved Galatea had come to life. It was then that I heard you whisper to me, Galatea. Forgive me. I know that is not your real name, just one I have borrowed
What?
from a story. But when I turned to look at you, I saw...
Oh. This is the wrong ball.
the most
Isn't
exquisitely
it?
beautiful woman I have ever known.
Yeah.
Her face, forever
I just
frozen
sometimes
in
draw
a
accidentally the wrong
haunting
ball.
sadness.
I
Our
should
meeting
load the
gave
wrong
me
bow.
new purpose, to free you from
Okay.
your golden prison, so that I might one day hear you speak, not just whisper, your true words. So I gathered tools for the long and difficult task ahead, barred the doors to this place, and set to work.
Okay. I see, I see. We can go there. Do I have an alternative path other than crouching here? Did I loot this chest? Yeah, I did. Okay, I got a lot of gold out of this place.
Help us.
Okay, do I need... I can just block them out. Okay. Man, the palace looked way smaller on the outside.
My beloved Galatea, my attempts at freeing these souls from their golden prisons have not been going to plan. My first charge was a Greek woman who I called Iodame after the Athenian turned to stone by Medusa. Drilling through the gold that encased her, I was vindicated by the discovery that beneath half an inch of gold, which is so rigid it must be some kind of alloy, was living flesh. Unfortunately, this golden alloy seems to have fused with her skin, so removing it exposed the sinew and muscle beneath and appeared to cause her great pain. At first, I braced myself, expecting that inflicting such pain would break the golden rule, and yet, somehow, it did not. It seems whichever god is responsible for imprisoning these poor souls does not care about their suffering at all. They are forsaken. Undeterred, I pressed on, working late into the night, attempting to remove the golden layer that encased her as delicately as I could. Eventually,
she really got to work.
Most of her body, but when I released
She turned like, what,
her first act
almost at least a couple dozen
with all her strength and those
statues.
sharp metal talons.
You would think she'd experiment on like one or two or maybe like 5.
She was
But
clearly
no,
not a suitable subject for my experiment.
she needed to experiment on,
forced to
well,
lock her inside an
all of
isolated
them.
wing of the palace and bar the door. As I continued working on others, I could hear her flailing and launching herself to the other side endlessly. Regrettably, my other
I wonder if I
experiments had similar
turn
results,
regular
and
citizen
after
to gold,
relocating a few times,
if this
most
is
of the
considered a
palace
crime.
is now too dangerous to work in. Still, as much as my heart aches to know that you're suffering, I cannot risk attempting to ungild you yet. Not until I have perfected a method that will bring you back to me, whole in both mind and body, and ensure
She went
your
too far, I guess.
humanity is preserved. I promise you this. One day we will be together, even if I have to free every last statue in this god's forsaken place. And you must be the wretched snake who broke into my palace and disturbed my experiments. And, worst of all, look at what you made me do to her. This never would have happened if you just stayed away. You're going to pay for that. You think you can bring me down with your little wooden arrows before I jam this blade into your throat? What? How? That's impossible. You're trying to intimidate me. Liar. Really? I'm not sure I believe you. But if you can undo this mess, I'll give you the key to my old medical chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I imagine it would help Lucretia ease the suffering of those still in the city.
What?
If you're lying to me, I'll break the golden rule
The
and
fuck
kill you and
is
everyone
going
else
on?
in this city. Understood?
Yeah, you monster, you had the nerve to walk into the palace. Oh, whoa, you hold the golden bow. I guess I'll... Wait, can I talk to her? I cannot talk to her. Alright, I guess I'll get you the key.
You did it. You took away her pain. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you. I swear I will never harm her again. I swear it. I'll stay here
Yeah,
to
you
keep
will.
her company. But these poor souls, what can be done for them? I've tried everything I can. I fear the only one capable of releasing them properly is whichever god doomed them in the first place. In any case, I must honor our bargain. Here's the key I promised you. It opens a chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I believe there are a few things in there which may be useful to Lucretia. Now, please leave. The door here leads out onto the palace balcony. You should be able to make your way down from there. Go.
Yeah. This made no sense whatsoever. Okay, my headphones died. Did it mess up the stream somehow? Is my audio still working?
Feeling alright? Of course. Just hold still and I'll have you patched up in no time. There, all better. Now, was there anything else? That's a shame.
Okay. So, where's the locked sync I can open? Not here.
Salve.
Select. Okay, second. Okay.
Salve.
Perhaps the chest. There should be a
May
chest.
Apollo keep you safe.
Do I talk to you?
Feeling alright? I wish. I'm well, until she's this, the, and then she's, but I, one, he's big, I just.
Okay.
Really? That would be wonderful. Thank you. Let me know how you go.
Where's the chest?
Feeling. That's a.
Where chest? Ah. I'm stupid. Okay. I'm stupid.
A golden bow. Just like Apollo and Diana's. Feeling alright? Oh, I see. Well, what's the treatment? Willowback. I should have known. It was under my nose the whole time. That's very helpful. Thank you. If this works, it should settle Rufius down some. I have some right here. Could you do me a favor
an
and
outline
give him some of this?
for a plan
He'll just need to swallow a
to
pinch
influence
of it.
the
I'm
electron.
hoping it will avert
I
disaster.
saved the suicidal one and convince him to vote.
Thank you.
for
I'm really
magistrate.
glad you arrived when you did.
I cured the disease of the brute
That's a shame.
and asked him to vote for magistrate. But for now, to be honest, it's kinda getting late. So what I'm gonna do right now is grab this real quick. Yeah.
The many shall suffer
This
for
triggers
the
the endgame.
sins of the one.
And then I go to the shrine and restart the cycle with my fancy golden bow. I should still have it, right? Yeah, there you go. No. That's gonna be it today. Do I need to save game? Yeah. Yeah, saved.